because this is all conspiratorial. So I've recently been seeing all these memes and AI articles suggesting that Zack Snyder returns to run DC. Reports seem contrary. Either he's wanted back in charge again, or he's only framing up to make more movies. The theme seems, generally, to be a water testing exercise to see if audiences would pay again for a return of Henry Cavill and also Ben Affleck. As if we've not paid enough for it already. Now, Thomas, I can tell you're wondering what this means when James Gunn's Superman's barely off the screen. Where does this sudden production company interest come from? This one made more profit than Man of Steel at the box office and is significantly better reviewed than all of them ones. Well, I have a theory, see? A cheeky little conspiracy theory to lay on you now. But it's going to involve talking a little bit about Superman's... How are you, by the way? Are you interested in this at all? Okay. So then, I'm going to have to introduce the two characters as friends of mine, and then I'll talk a bit about their directors, I'll talk a bit about their actions and agency in their respective plots. So let's start with Superman 2025. We're going to need something a bit optimistic for this one. Okay. So he smiles warmly for a start. He's a welcoming kind of fella. And even when he gets angry, it's pretty restrained for a guy that can lift a fucking skyscraper. So our mate's dedicated, but he's got a lot on his plate. He's the strongest man alive. You'd think he could handle any problem. But his challenge comes, well, partly from self-control and restriction, see? He just doesn't want to be killing anyone. He's got tremendous potential for violence, mind, but real hesitation to use it. He wants to use his skills and potential for good. And how do you do that in a complicated world? He struggles with that question a lot, you know. He even argues with his missus about it. He's childlike in that he kind of treats us all like brothers. He gets involved to break up fights between us because he doesn't think we should be killing each other. He's a good man, you know. And he believes in redemption and forgiveness. And his answer to people saying, well, won't this guy just try this bad thing again, is, well, we have to give him a chance to be better, to do better. Well, what if he doesn't? You know what he says? Then I'll stop him again. He cares more about doing the right thing than how people see him. He takes on responsibility and finds love in it, even when it frustrates him. And his personal journey is about learning. It's not about what made you, or what about you were told to do. It's about the person you choose to be. He believes in trust, and when he's wrong, he gets back up, no matter how many times he's beat down. He's optimistic, caring, and fighting for a better world for everyone, even people he disagrees with. It's an existentialist plot, really. At the beginning, he's believing he was put on Earth to do something, and the movie ends by revealing that that wasn't the case. His culture tells him to do harm, to colonize, to enslave. But goodness came from the choices he made. That whole plot is about existentialism and what people choose. Even when faced with realities that shatter their belief systems, there's a bit of humanism in there too. And he argues with his missus. She pushes him on why he chose to get involved with complex political conflicts. And you know what his response is? All he says is, people are going to die. Hey Thomas, what do you think about that guy? have said it better myself. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about this other guy I know, right? And it's a little bit more sinister, this one. This man is the Man of Steel. He freaks me out a little, really. He's got this mad dog fucking glare. And that's when he's not staring sadly into the distance in front of a picture of Jesus. He's a brooding dark avenger, really. And when he's driven, the steering's from his sense of justice. Oh, side note, sorry, quick pause. I'm not going to bother trying to rhyme this bit. So justice is a big word in all of Zack Snyder's films, really. So we're going to have to talk a little bit about what Zack Snyder thinks justice is. Or at least what he presents it as. Sorry, anyway, as you were. Sorry. So, what does Zack Snyder present justice as? Justice seems to him to be something a little more... I can't really express it, but I can describe it. So, right. So one example of Man of Steel's sense of justice is while he's working in a pub, he smashes up an abusive customer's fuel truck. Oh no. I mean, the guy was harassing a woman and did pour some milk on him, so he was angry. But it's more than anger. It's a threatening action, a punishment. It's vengeful, even. And when picked on by a drunken human patron, he uses his extreme godly powers to just fucking destroy his source of income. Not to mention, right, it's probably someone else's lorry. I mean, truckers don't own the stuff they carry. He doesn't want to be a hero, this Man of Steel, and that's fine, you know, even if he's maybe not using his gifts and privilege as he could. His adopted father taught him that he should hide who he is and feel no responsibility to help people. And he'd taken that on, you know. He's probably a bit traumatized by that too, considering he let him die. So we'll give him that. He's had a bit of a tough time, you know. He gets involved in saving the planet. He does, because he lives there, and his girlfriend that he likes having sex with also lives there. And that's pretty clear that that's his motivation, really. He also seems that he just likes a bit of a Barney, really, so, you know, there's that. The famous thing about Man of Steel is his utter disregard for collateral damage. He'd blow up half a city, often unnecessarily, just as a flex of strength and power, not to mention he definitely believes in murder, and he gets a bit upset when he does it, but he believes in it, even if it's what he sees as being the only option. You ever hear the phrase, when all you got is a hammer, everything looks like a nail? So Zack Snyder makes this 3-film mould through which he pushed his Superman. And it's no surprise that he's a fan of Ayn Rand. A theme of most of his movies, and especially true in this one, is that most important quest is for one's personal happiness. That may be why Man of Steel seems at best depressed by helping people, to be honest. Do you know much about Ayn Rand? Well, her writings well loved by libertarians. She wrote a lot about how the world should work like Bioshock. She certainly believed anyone who was in need was a useless, worthless, dirty parasite. So the lesson that we're to take from this form of belief is that the strongest should win and shape the world toward what makes them happy, and that's all. The Ubermensch. the Superman, the gods amongst mere men. That's the Man of Steel. So, both films are in many ways individualist in messaging, though how they get there in the end is different. Man of Steel is about might makes right and the happiness of the powerful, and teaches us that justice is just what the Ubermensch say it is, and how we should respect that with no context, because they should be seen as gods to us. And then there's Superman 2025. And that's a case for individualist integrity, belief in forgiveness, and using one's privilege to try and protect those in need, and critically working with others to change the world for the better for everyone. And how we all need to look after each other. Because there's some nasty billionaires out there who want to divide us, lie to us, and takes our rights and lives away. Let's end by going back to where we started. So the old internet's abuzz with YouTube shorts and TikTok clips, and I'm seeing all these memes on Instagram suggesting Zack Snyder comes back to make more Men of Steel. I'll remind you at this point, our current Superman's reviews are better and profits clearer, so it would be a loss and a cost to bring that back. So if not for money or for quality, what kind of vested interest would an elite class of website-owning, studio-financing, Western-leading American execs have in resurrecting such a franchise when there's an ongoing, successful, well-reviewed... Oh. You sort of get what I'm saying, don't you? It's cold, hard, and unforgiving it is. Let's not forget that we make weapons out of steel. That's it.
The end.
Good game, sir. Good game. Good game.